Afternoon, how are we doing? Hello. It's my birthday. Hey! 24 again. I would say 21 but I can't count. So, soap first of all. The soap for today is that one. You can't tell if the label's the right way up because there's no real pattern to it. It's Grooming Dept Aion. I would show you the ingredients, but they are printed quite small and there's a lot of them. I think there's 59 ingredients. I've pushed the soap back into the base of the tub to fill up the sides where it shrunk a little bit. It basically smells of wood. It's woods. It's grooming department's take on a more of a face care product than a shaving soap, really. Very good soap base, and yeah, probably some the best soap bases I've used, in all honesty. The brush is a Badger. We're going small today. We're going Maseto 30mm. I think this is the finest, or a 2-band. It's a Badger. 30mm. It's been soaking for a while. I'll push it back in the glass cleaner. The razor is the Homelike Start. This is the complete set, which I'm not sure if it's available at the moment. However, it comes, just drop the razor back in there. That's how it comes. So you've got a razor and 4 base plates in the set. You've got 2 0.90 base plates, solid bar and open comb. You've got a 0.68, a 0.68 plate, base plate, and a 1.18 solid bar. It also comes with a warranty card in the box as well. But that's what we're using today in standard configuration, stock handle with the 0.9 solid bar base plate. It's going to keep it simple. A Russian version of a carve, I suppose you could say. There's a 1.18 base plate as well, so it covers most blade gaps really. The blade is a Gillette Nacet stainless. These are new old stock made in France blades. I'm not sure when they date from. Double wrapped. He says trying to get it out. Where it misses. There's the blade there. So I'm not sure when they date from. Being made in France. But it fits nicely on the top cap of the Start. Base plate goes on, no overhang, washer and the stock handle. Now we have the razor there, so we'll dump that in the sink. Then we'll squeeze the brush out, and which will probably sound like a horse having a piss. Yeah. And we'll get to the soap. So the brush is damp. And we'll just basically load up the brush. Cold today. Thought yesterday was bad. Yesterday was windy. Today was like half the strength, but half the temperature. And with the wind chill, it felt -3 or 4 outside this morning. It was a cold game of golf. It wasn't fun. Took me a while to work out what soap I was going to use today. It's a decent load. Just like, I do have some favourites that I could reach for 7 days a week. But this soap base. I've only used it once, but it was outstanding for the post shave feel. As I say, it's a shaving soap designed more towards facial care than shaving, moisturising, skincare. So how's your week been? Mine was alright. Last week I had a away day on Tuesday, over working 100 miles away. It was a bit of a long day with the journey there and back. And the rest of the week wasn't as much going on. Obviously yesterday was the first day of the Six Nations, well done Scotland. Be interested to see if you can keep that performance up against Ireland and France. England have a lot of quality players. They just look like a team that hadn't played together very much yesterday. A bit disjointed. But it's a good game. Good game of rugby. Until England got a man binned. At that point it's just like, that's it, we've lost. This soap was sent me by a friend, Les, and gratefully appreciated. Thanks, Les. We've sent each other stuff in the past. Nowhere near hydrated enough. Might have overloaded a little bit, I think. The only advantage of a 30mm brush is it lets you, as you can see on the display there, it's covering literally the whole side of the face. But if you overload it, you're here for sodding hours getting a moisturised, hydrated lather. It's getting there, it's starting to apply with the brush now, so we know we're getting to the right sort of hydration level. It's dripping off my chin. There we go, plenty of lather. So it's a wood scent. There's various woods, sandalwood, I think there's a bit of agar in there. Homelike start, 0.90 solid bar with a brand new Gillette Nacet on its first use. I could have easily gone to the 1.18 bar, which is deceptively smooth for the size of the blade cap. For those of you who are rather blade cap freaks. I would say this razor has a neutral blade exposure, hence the reason it's a very smooth razor to use. Even on the wider blade gap, it feels pretty safe. They do also make a narrow top cap, which I've got as well. Which gives you a little bit more blade feel. I don't think the sets as such as I demonstrated are available at the moment. They seem to come into stock and go out of stock pretty quickly. That's an indication how good they are, and they are good value for money. I just caught the Adam's apple there, fairly sure I did. Yeah, thought I had. So this afternoon is going to consist of watching France beat Italy. That will happen. However, before we go back to that, let's just have a slip of coffee. Right, speaking of coffee, if you want to support the channel in any way, shape or form, I don't ask for PayPal donations or anything like that. You can buy me a coffee. There's a link in the description below. This year is going to be in reality, a relatively low spend year for me. I've got the prospect of being redundant next year, so I don't intend making a lot of purchases. Discussed this before. There's also a link below to the Telegram group. You probably know I'm not a big fan of Facebook. I post in a couple of groups. I'm not really active in the groups. I help moderate one of them. That doesn't take much work. But I'm not really active on Facebook. It's not really a platform I like. So there's a group on Telegram and a chat on Telegram. It's pretty no holds barred really. Most things go. I don't really moderate anything or anything, as the lads in the group will assess to. However, one of them today admitted to being a cartridge razor user. That's just disgusting. I mean, some topics you just don't talk about in public, and that's one of them. You know who you are. I hope he feels proud of himself. I'm sure his family, his wife and children are ashamed of him. He did use a for head shave, so I suppose that's allowable. I have a feather cartridge razor in the drawer in the bathroom for doing the odd head shave with. It's a very good cartridge razor system, it works quite well. And the blades are a lot cheaper than Gillette's. This stuff almost feels like you're moisturising the face while you're shaving with it. That's how much. So the ingredients are just ridiculous. When I first saw it, I was just like, I counted them up, 57. You bear in mind, like Mark DeCandra has what, 6 or 7? The only other good thing about overloading a big brush is you've got plenty left for a bloody good face wash later on. Just the normal areas on the dog collar, as I call it. So it looks like you're a priest by the time you lather it up. Hopefully YouTube will be faster. This last week's upload was painful. The processing time at YouTube's end was probably 4 hours. I think it was still processing when I published it. So hopefully it will be a bit quicker today. That feels like I've got a balm on already. It really does. However, like I said, I think I might have overloaded a little bit. Plenty of lather there, so as per normal, my normal routine. We'll have a face wash. That feels really nice. It feels like I've got a balm on, even though I've just left the soap on for 5 minutes while I was getting the brush and everything else cleaned out, the razor cleaned up, and then just rinsed it off with warm and cold water. little bit of a styptic on the Adam's apple just to resolve that little blood spot. But in all honesty, I don't really need a balm on. I don't feel I do anyway. The skin still feels sticky. But I'm going to balm up. So I was using L'Oreal Birch Sap Balm. This stuff's quite light. Soothing Birch Sap Post Shave Balm. I think it's still available. I'm not sure. So it's quite thin. The one I used last time, the barber shop, that's quite thick. This stuff's quite thin. I think if you combine the two of them, you'd have the ideal balm. But this stuff goes in, soaks into the skin readily, and it's more than enough. So a quick recap what we used today. The brush was Maseto shading 30mm, I think it's Finest Badger. Quality brush, that just hasn't even been dried yet, that's just been shaken out from being used. But you can see the spray on it. It's big brushes, cover a large area. You also use a lot of soap. So speaking of soap, we used the Grooming Dept Aion, which is basically, it's a woody scent. Fantastic soap base. I say more geared towards the line of facial skincare and shaving soap with the amount of ingredients in it. The razor was the Homelike start with a 0.90 solid bar, inside which there was a Gillette Nacet stainless new old stock French blade. That's the wrapper there. In a moment it'll have a red dot on it. It even says made in France. Hold it right where I'm at and it says made in France. Made in France. But it still says made in France, but it's upside down, one of the two. That's the Australian viewers, if there are any. And that's it folks, we are done. Like I say, I'm going to head off and watch some rugby, get this uploaded. Stay safe, stay happy, and have a good week. If you have any comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.